Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I have a tutorial for you today that is very minimal, that I think is perfect for spring break, beachside, beach day, poolside, but you want to look a little bit better. You don't want a full face of caked on makeup, and you want to just look pretty, you know? So that's the concept behind this, and I think it's very doable for all ages, whether you're a teenager going to spring break or whether you're a mom and you've got a pool party with your kids, or you've got a beach day with your husband and you just want to look a little bit more put together and fresh and very healthy. So I'm gonna jump right on into it and pull my hair back, and if you would like to see how I do that, then keep on watching. So first things first, I've done all of my skincare, and I did apply a little bit of MAC Strobe cream just on the high points of my face to add a nice sheen and glow, and that's where we're going to keep that. We're not going to do a ton of priming. We don't want to clog the skin up a ton. We want it to breathe, but we do want to get our SPF in there. So I'm going to start by putting a very thin layer of this new It Cosmetics Bye Bye foundation. It's a full coverage moisturizer and has SPF 50. I'm in the shade Neutral Medium. I have been loving this stuff so much, even more than their CC cream. For my skin, this feels like a dream. And I'm actually gonna just take a pump in my fingers and start by pressing it in. I have been loving this. It wears so nicely on my skin and it feels so good. I do enjoy the CC cream, but for whatever reason, that formula breaks apart on me a good bit. And this one doesn't. This one is so nourishing and it feels so good and it stays in place. And I have really been enjoying it. That's a light layer over my skin, and you can still see some of my pigmentation coming through. But the coverage on that is phenomenal. If you take it and build it up with a sponge or a brush, it looks wonderful. Now I am going to take a sponge. This is a new one from Real Techniques I'm really liking, and I'm just going to press very lightly and take off the top kind of layer that is sitting on the skin, and then push the rest of it in, so it really is going to look like skin and keep our skin from feeling congested or heavy. We had the most beautiful weather down here, and it made everybody have this spring fever, and now it's freezing, and I think that's really what made me want to do this, because I miss that pretty weather, and I know that it's coming, but we've got to get through this last little cold spell. But it was so gorgeous, and now it's cold again. Now I'm going to move on to bronzing up the face and highlighting the face a little bit to make it look very healthy, and I'm going to stick with cream products because those are going to melt into the skin better, and they're going to really mesh with the Bye Bye foundation that we used. And I'm going to start with my cream bronzer. Now this one is from Chanel. It is the Soleil Tan de Chanel Universal Bronzer. I love this one. It is expensive. I have another option for you. It is this from Model's Own. It is their Sculpt and Glow Cream to Powder Bronzer. I do like this one in Deep Glow 06. The undertone of it is a little bit on the cooler side. It's not super orangey. So this is a very good affordable option if you do not want to go the Chanel route. Take another sponge and go right in there, and you would do the same thing with the Model's Own one. And I'm gonna just bronze up my face a little bit. We're not going for a super harsh contour. We just want to shape it and add some warmth to it. All right, sweater's off. I got a little warm because I have the heat on in my house. But moving on, we have bronzed up the face just a little bit, and now we're going to highlight. And this is one of my favorites. It's from Becca, the Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid in Opal. There are some decent drugstore options. You just want to look for something that does not have a ton of glitter in it. You want something that's more, has more of a sheen, so that again, it looks like skin. And I'm gonna just start tapping that in to the high points of my face where I wanna glow. And take the other side of my sponge and press it in. A great tip is to always take a little bit and put it on your collarbones and on your shoulders. And the last thing I'm gonna do as far as adding color to my face is a little bit of this Glossier, I have no idea how to pronounce that. This is their Cloud Paint Seamless Cheek Color in Dusk. And this stuff is beautiful. Now I'm going to take the tiniest bit of concealer. I'm using my Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer that I've been loving. You can use your concealer of choice, and I'm going to spot conceal any redness or spots that are coming through still that I want to go away in the tiniest bit under my eyes. I'm loving this sponge with this point right here, especially for concealer and getting right up there in the corner. And I'm not even bringing the concealer all the way out. I really just want to brighten this area where I have darkness. If you are really young and you don't have dark circles or redness or anything to conceal, just push that Bye Bye foundation or whatever you're using as far as a CC cream up under your eyes a little bit further and go with that. I'm going to take the tiniest bit of Coty Airspun powder and just set very, very lightly my concealer and the shiny points of my face, so really just down the middle of my face, leaving the rest of my face looking very natural and glowy. I don't know if you can see, but I have a visitor. Where you see? Hey, baby. Okay, next comes eyes, and I have two options for you. Two things that I love, either of which would work. Really what we want to do is cancel out any discoloration or veining in our eyelids. If you don't have that, you can leave them bare. But two things that I've really been liking that seem to really add something to this look is this from Perricone MD. It's called No Eyeshadow, and it just makes you look like you have the most perfect lids. There's no veins, they're just this perfect wash of beautiful color, and it's completely untraceable. This from Mercier, their Au Naturale Caviar Eye Stick, has a little bit more of a sheen to it, but it blends out so naturally, and it just looks so pretty on the lids. So either one of those are great options if you do want to add a little something to your eyes. I'm going to shake this one and put this one on my lids. Again, you can leave them blank, but just giving you some options. I will say both of these products dry down so well they will not crease. They do not need to be set with a powder. So that's another reason they are wonderful to utilize in a look like this. Something else for the eyes that I think really helps make you look fresh and awake. Again, if you're younger and you don't struggle with tired eyes or redness, this is optional, but this is something that I do sometimes do when I'm doing a look like this, really just to open up my eyes and make me look more fresh and more awake, is taking a nude pencil. This one's from Nars. Plenty of great drugstore options. Rimmel has one that I used for a long time. That was really, really good. It's just a flesh tone. It's not white. It's a nice fleshy toned eye pencil. And I'm going to put it really just in this outer corner of my waterline. I'm not going to line all the way across. Brows, I'm going to take my Glossier Boar Brow in brown. I'm not going to do pencils. I'm just going to take this and run it through them so that they stay put through the day, but they look filled in and full. There's one thing I can say would be don't overdo it on the brows.
Pull it down for a sec. And I let go. Okay, shoots right back up.
You want them to frame your face, but do not overdo it. So if you have super thick full brows and don't even want to mess with them, that's fine. But don't overdo it. Something like this, a little tinted brow gel, I think is perfect because it adds some fullness and fills in some sparse places without overdoing it. Now you can put on mascara with this. Comb it through really good, make your lashes look really natural, especially if you have very sparse lashes. But I will show you kind of what I like to do to open my eyes up and add a little dimension there and make that lash line really nice and dark and thick without actually putting on coats of mascara. But again, that is up for you to decide as far as what works best for you, but you certainly could do mascara, waterproof mascara, or none at all. But I want to show you as many little tips and things as I can in this, and you can take what you like, you can take all of it and incorporate it to what will work for you. I'm going to take my tried and true Lash Paradise mascara and a very tiny little brush like this. This one's from Real Techniques. What is this? This is their accent brush, and I find it to be perfect for this. And I'm going to get just a little bit of mascara on there, on the tip of it. Not a lot. And I'm gonna wiggle it right at the base of my lashes so that I get a little deposit of black at the lash line, and not on the inner waterline. We're not tight lining, but it's really just at the base to make your lash line look thicker and fuller. My buddy's back. Reeza, you're going gray. Lay down, okay? Lay down. So I like to keep this just on the outer portion of my eye. I don't bring it all the way in as far as wiggling that into the base of my lashes. I just do it on the outer corner, but you can see the subtle difference and how much better that one looks. So it's the little tricks, guys. Now we're almost done. I'm gonna take my MAC Prep and Prime, my Fix Plus, do a quick mist so that everything settles in and melts into my skin so that it looks like me as much as possible, and no powder or residue sitting on the skin, that everything kind of meshes and you look fresh and natural and gorgeous. So any nice setting spray will do, just a quick mist to lock all that in. And you know, I always like to take my sponge after I spray and lightly press that all into my skin. Last but not least, some lips. You could use a chapstick, a lip balm, something with SPF in it would be great. Just something very natural looking that will keep your lips hydrated and looking nice and plump and youthful through the day. So I'm gonna reach for one of my very favorites, Revlon Laquer Balm in Ingenue. This one is a little tricky to find, so I have another good option for you. It is this Neutrogena Moisture Smooth Color Stick in Almond Nude. Both of these are beautiful, very, very similar. So two options for you, both from the drugstore. I think that one of these crayon type lipsticks are a great option because they're not overly shiny or glossy and look super like makeup, but they just give the lips a nice healthy sheen and keep them, like I said, plump and moist and looking very, very nice. And that's it. Easy peasy. Again, take what you like, use what you can, make it work for you, but I think that this is a wonderful way to just freshen up, have your skin look super healthy and glowing and gorgeous, and it's going to pick up the light in all the right places and not look like makeup. Remember to use your sunscreen. That is one of the biggest things. I will be doing this. Again, I do this a lot on a regular basis through the week just to kind of perk myself up. And what I will do is insert kind of a side-by-side before and after, because when it's so minimal like this, it's sometimes hard to see the difference. But there is such a difference in these very, very subtle things to, again, add life to the face and, you know, take out any blemishes or discoloration. So little things can make a big difference, and I will insert that for you so that you can see the impact. And yes, I love this. This is great for spring break, for summer coming up. Lots of little tricks in there as far as application and things that I hope that you can use and find helpful. So I hope that y'all have a wonderful week, a very happy spring break. If you have big plans coming up, fingers crossed for prettier weather down here and wherever you are. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If there's anything else you'd like to see, or if you try this, please, I would love to talk with y'all in chat. Happy good makeup talk. I love some good makeup talk. So y'all have a wonderful week, and I will see y'all in the next video.